Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Obsolete stream again on YouTube. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? So, I know it's kind of an impromptu stream, but today's stream is going to be more on the informative one versus the me showing stuff on Arknights and everything. It's going to be more on the Rainbow Six Collab event that's about to happen on this Wednesday on August 18th. Now for a little bit of a forecoming, um my power as far as power that's literally have everything up in the house running, my power in there and stuff like that might go out that Tuesday night because there's a storm coming. And it's gonna be a very big storm and such. Now, if I can stream on Wednesday, and hopefully things are not as bad on Wednesday, I'm gonna try to go through everything on Wednesday, and hopefully things aren't too terrible. But I just want to make that announcement known. Shout outs to my boy Novia again for the music as well as always. For anybody that's watching the stream or anybody that's tuning into the stream for the first time, I welcome each and every last one of you. Now, what's gonna happen is on the Rainbow Six banner. Um, this is a going to be another limited banner. And in this case, each of the units that are going to be on this banner are going to be limited units. Now, do you pull for this banner? I say only go as far as you can go. Because at the end of the stream, there's going to be another announcement I'm gonna be making to each of you all, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Right now, you guys want to know about the Rainbow Six Team banner, along with everything that it holds dear. So, without further delay, let's go forward. I have a guest here. His name is Mika. He is going to be going through the event with me as well. So before we get into all that, make sure you guys follow me in my YouTube. Of course, we are 16 subscribers. Let's try to see if we can push to 1,000. It's gonna be a long journey before we get to 1,000, but I believe in each and every last one of us that we can literally get there that far. Also, if you guys wish to follow me on twitch.tv/Ostley, I stream COD on here. So if each one of you guys would like to see me play on here, come on with me. I got a lot of I have a couple of people who actually helped me build up my stuff for my stream on Twitch. So shout out to my boy Retro Cards. Make sure to check him out, and also check out my friend Celestia if you like Epic 7 vibes and such. So without any delay, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So let's go ahead and say hello to my guest. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Ready?
Sure.
Alright, so the Rainbow Six banner again is going to be on Wednesday.
Yes.
And on this Wednesday is going to be a very good day for a lot of people that's going to be playing this. So you're going to have a lot of first timers coming in because they say, "Oh, Arknights, I wonder what this game is going to be about." So it's going to be a very interesting way to go. So let's go ahead and go through the event banner. Now, of course, if anybody wishes to see the event banner on their own time, I will post another link in Discord. And I've also might end up putting a link here as well because that's something else I forgot to do as well on YouTube. But I could probably do that at the end of the video. Now, for the Rainbow Six banner. Let's go ahead and should we talk about the characters on the banner itself first or the event itself first?
I mean, people come here for the banner, to event for the banner, but I think both are noteworthy. I think for like simplicity's sake, we should start with the units and the banner. and then we can go through the event itself.
Low to top or top to bottom? As in 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, or 6-star, 5-star, 4-star?
I think we can start with a 3 unit.
Well, that makes the most sense. Alright, so... Yep. I think you better do this one, because this is your boy.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I am Russian.
Yeah.
So the 3 unit in this particular event is Tachanka. Tachanka gets slower redeployment time. But for that, he is a double strike god with range of 3, which makes him technically the best double strike god. And he gets 2 skills. One of them is a grenade that he puts down, very similar to how Lava's skill works, except it works in a cross shape, and which is 1 square in the middle and 2 to the side and to the top and bottom. And the second skill is for the next 4 seconds. He basically gets his LMG mounted and loaded, if you know your Rainbow Six memes. The general attack speed for the next 4 seconds is gonna be about 20 to 30 attacks a second if he has enough targets. You can try and boost it some more, up to about 10 attacks a second. And a reminder that every attack does 2 strikes, so potentially it's 4 seconds of 10 attacks. It can get very funny very quickly. Another point of interest is his skin, which we will talk about at a later date.
Lord have mercy.
And
so his talents are something very interesting that you don't see a lot of here.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, his first and only talent is called Heavy Firepower. Attack range +1, redeployment time +20. At E2, E1, he gains another 5%, but since this is going to be the free unit, we'll just go ahead and say 10% straight up. At E2, it goes to 15%. So it's attack range +2, defense +15%.
Yep.
And redeployment time +20, which doesn't change at all.
Yeah. Defense doesn't matter in this regard because you don't want this guy in the front line anyway. He takes +20 seconds redeployment time. But attack range +2 means he does melee attacks with range of basically Swire or Whislash, depending on what you have. And unlike any other ranged guard, his skill 2 is also full-on melee. So he's really good to put Swire behind him.
Now, this is for my sake on where I put my units. Usually, most of my units I have at E220, and depending if they're like, if I use them on the regular or not, I usually have them either higher or lower. Usually higher than E220. Sometimes at E220 just stand by. I even have a couple of M3 units that are E220.
Yeah.
Now, as far as skills go, which of these 2 skills would you recommend people to use more than the other?
I mean, it really depends on how you play and what you expect. Because skill 1 is definitely a crowd control thing. I wouldn't say it's a must M3. God forbid. But it has its perks, right? It is relatively spammable.
Also, hello to everybody that's in my chat. That's in my chat right now. Hello to you, Alpha. Yeah. Hello to you, Spider. I'm not ignoring any of you guys. It's just we're going through this review as relatively quick. You just get the main points.
Yeah. Don't M3 his skill 1, but it can be used. It is still 6 seconds of cooldown. Is 6 seconds of fire damage, which is pretty good. And he launches the grenade, and then he recharges while the grenade is still up. So it's a total of like 13 seconds. So every 13 seconds, he chucks a grenade out. Skill 2 is, honestly, if you're a mad lad, give that shit M3, because the full skill has percentage chance to double his attack damage, which is very good. And the more shots you can get, the more attack speed buffs you can get with your Angelinas, your A-Scarps, your Arcs, if you have them, your Whislashes, which Whislash Nian Tachanka combo, as fucking insane as it sounds, it can be played.
Now,
I wouldn't say it's...
For what I'm looking at and reading that for the M3 on his torrential bullets, it has a 4-second duration, and it has a 15% chance to increase its attack to 200%. I'm going to assume that this is not, because it doesn't say art, so I'm assuming this is all physical damage.
No, it's physical. Okay. It's physical damage. The thing with the physical damage on Tachanka's thing is that at E2 level 20, he does a modest 552 damage twice. And when you increase that to 200, he does 1,000 damage a pop.
Jesus.
With a 15% chance. And attack interval reduced to 15% of his normal attack interval, which is 1.3. So you're looking at potentially attack speed of 0.25, like, give or take, which is the fastest attack speed in the game.
Lord have mercy.
And you can try and boost it further with Angelina, with Airscarp, with Arc, with Whisslash. Whisslash skill 1 specifically, if you have Nian, give that man a 3 block so he can get not a half benefit, but a full benefit. And then you watch things melt. But that's on the boy. He's good. This is actually one of those units where if you're starting the game, he's pretty good for a defensive play if you like hammer and anvil tactics.
Now, his I'm looking at his base skills, and it's pretty much just going to be more of a control center. For sure. And it says on the E2 one, when assigned to the control center for every operator from Ursa's student unit in the control center, gain +1 Ursa's specialty drink. That's pretty cool. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Note here, every Rainbow Six Siege operator gets 2 talents for the base. One is basically Team Rainbow, which the more people you have of Team Rainbow in the control center, the slower they kind of get their morale reduced. And then the second talent is unique to everyone. Tachanka gets drinks. Blitz, which we will get to Blitz, gets tactical records. No, Blitz works in recruitment center, the one that generates you rerolls. Yeah. Ash works in... Ash generates you tactical records, which is a special resource, not to mix in with tactical records used for leveling. And Frost, which we'll also get to, uses things that the Ash and the Tachanka produce to help you out with workshop stuff. So if you have all 4, pretty good combination. Just you gotta think how to use them. That's it.
Now, we're not gonna. Now, the next unit, should we go to Blitz, Frost, or Ash next?
Now we can start from the top if you want. I mean, she is American, to be honest.
Fine. Ash it is. Ash is a 6-star sniper unit. And of course, you guys don't know me. I love my snipers. I have too many to use. Especially more on that too many to use.
It's almost like you play Call of Duty.
If you wish to follow your boy Osley94 here and actually see him play Call of Duty games here, I won't say no.
That is fair, you know what? So, why is Ash funny?
Alright, so let's go off on. She has the normal range units, and you literally see her in the artwork literally just breaking the door in. Like, that's. Now, that's cool. Alright.
That is. She also has a skin.
Alright, so scrolling down, of course, she attacks area enemies first, which, is a standard for snipers or high accuracy. Now, Ash is going to be, just like the others, are limited units, so if you miss them, you can't get them again until they do another rerun. If they do another rerun.
Yes.
Alright, so she has 2 talents. Talent number 1, support gear. After deployment, immediately throw a flashbang at an enemy within attack range, stunning them nearby enemies for 3 seconds. And it goes up to 1 more second at E2. Second talent, which you can only get at E2, will be Assaulter. The first deployment has a -3 DP cost, and Ash immediately gains 17 SP after the first deployment, which is cool. I'm not expecting any whales in this room to pot 5 Ash. I'm not expecting it. I
don't think, honestly.
I mean, I know of whales that will probably do it, but I don't think they would do it. They can, but I'm not sure they will.
It's honestly not worth it.
I mean, we're minimum whales, so
that is fair.
Pretty good stats. 14 DP cost at E2, and pretty respectable attack at 454 with an attack interval of 1. So 3 skills as always. You know how 6 stars are. The very first one is support fire, which is an infinite duration. Attack plus 5%. Every attack deals 2 hits, and it's an infinite duration, and it's an auto trigger. Also helps you out with the if you have Arcado or not. Not a lot of people do have Arcado. I do.
Yeah. She's one of those snipers that benefits from SP regeneration more than any other, I think.
Right.
Said, skill 1's not your primary target.
Skill 2, assault tactics. Immediately trigger talent number 1, which is throw out the flashbang, and greatly reduce attack interval -80%. And when attacking stun enemies, increase attack to 150%. Upon skill activation, Ash gains 31 bullets, and the skill ends when all the bullets are used, and skill can be manually deactivated at any time. So I'm gonna assume that you reactivate. Well, okay, it deactivates and she takes a while to reload, if that's the way I'm looking at it.
So you can basically reload it at any time. Let's say you got a wave coming in, she shot like 20 bullets, and you have a choice of waiting to waste another 11, or do reload. She regenerates at skill 7 like 29 SP. And then you still have your 31 bullet to activate when you need it.
Now, the question of interest is if an enemy can't be stunned, which there are a couple in the game that can't be stunned.
Yeah.
Does the attack bonus still apply? The answer will more likely probably be no.
No. If you cannot stun the enemy, that means the status effect does not apply. That being fucking said,
Um, it's a lot of damage at a very high rate of fire.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly.
The rate of fire for her will be 0.2. So those 31 bullets are going to fly very quickly.
If you never played an FPS game before, let me tell you how 31 bullets really is like the blink of 5 eyes. No, the blink of 4 eyes. 4 eye blinks. 1,
That
2,
is
3, 4.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. That's what it's going to be.
Now, do you M3 this skill? Up to you. I'm gonna leave it at that for that reason, because I have seen a lot of people M3 units that make no sense.
Yes.
At least to me, that doesn't make any sense.
For Ash, for skill 2, if you're going to M3 her, you're going to M3 her so you can faster reload her. Because from 29 SP to 25 SP, that's 25 seconds instead of 29 seconds. So you're not as pressured to think, do I reload here or not? Which I know not a lot of people like to play that particular minigame. To activate the skill now or 5 seconds later, this is what it does basically. It shears off 4 seconds and gives you some more damage. Which, if you M1ing, you might as well M3, because from M2 to M3 you get another additional 20% more damage to stunned enemies. Otherwise, it's just a very high burst. And point of note, skill 2 is your heli drop skill, because she gets additional skill points when she's deployed. So this is, if you want to go for drop Ash, this is the skill for you.
Let's go to skill 3 real quick. Skill 3. The skill 3, and this is where you see the picture on the wall again. on her artwork.
I'm sorry, but the wall doesn't exist. It was exploded.
Shh, they don't know that.
With a breaching round.
Alright, so, breaching round. Fire a breaching round forward, dealing 200% physical damage to enemies along the way and pushing them back with medium force. When the breaching round explodes, deal 300% physical damage to all nearby enemies. If the breaching round is flying along a ground tile and hits a high tile, it will immediately explode and deal double that damage, which is 600% now, and can only be used 2 times per deployment. This is a theme, which is to say, it depends on the map.
Definitely, it depends on the map, on the amount of enemies, and also on something that is called, what are you fight like? It's a physical damage. Physical damage, yes, it's a very high caliber damage, and on M3 you're looking at 800% more, and large force pushing. However, that 2 times only per deployment is a big thing and a very difficult thing. The only map that comes to mind for me that is like, yeah, we can have fun with some of that is that that EX map, where in the main story where you can build your own labyrinth, basically.
What about Annihilation 3 or 2?
Annihilation 2. I mean,
we're outscaling that content at that point, so maybe I shouldn't have said Annihilation 2, because for the majority of you, me, and like a lot of people that are watching this probably are like at least 7-month-old players. And we should
No, for
have,
sure.
and we should have at least 5 to 8 E2 units by now. But
Yeah.
for the lower rank players or the lower level players.
So, if this is your first 6-star, if you played Rainbow Six and for some reason you landed on an Arknight streamer video or stream, and this is your first and only 6-star, is this skill worth M3ing? Yes. And the only reason is boss fights. Because killing Frost Nova, you can do it with Ash. Killing Patriot, yes, Ash can kill Patriot. I have seen it done. It is very funny.
Jesus Christ, that damage must be fucking insane.
Yeah, well, it's skill 2. She doesn't kill it with skill 3, but she kills it with skill 2 pretty easily. I think she's not even E2 max. She's like E2 50 or something.
Ooh, what? Damn.
Yeah. It's you stun Patriot with mines, and while he's stunned with mines, she just unloads on him. You can see videos on YouTube. Pretty funny. In terms of skill 3, it's a burst when you're either fighting a very tough enemy, like W, for example, for level, I mean. But then again, it's a skill 3, so you have E2, whatever the fuck. W by now is a very easy small fry. It's a burst. It's a burst to kill high value targets. The total damage is about 3,000, 3 to 4,000 damage.
Damn.
It's at E2 level 20, she does 500 damage. So yeah, I lied. It's 2,000. It's 2,000 and something.
Okay, well, it's roughly is a set number. Yeah.
It's still a lot. It's to clear chaff. You basically tank it up in front of a wall, and then you launch the thing, and the thing explodes, and everyone dies. It's flashy. It's not as useful as skill 2.
We have the Team Rainbow base skills, of course. The first one is universal. Second one, this one gains intelligence reserve if it's in the crowd control. If it's in the control center. So that is pretty much Ash.
Yes.
Now we're gonna go ahead and do Frost next, since that's going to be on the list here. All right, Frost is going to be a specialist.
Yes.
Let's go through the art with a specialist with sniper range. Now, where have we seen that before?
Yeah, that is true. She's
Physical,
the
physical damage, summon crowd control, trap specialist. Can use traps in battle. Traps cannot be placed on tiles with enemies present. So I've been meaning to ask this question, and I think you can probably answer it now. Do traps count as a stun?
Yes, they do.
Which means if an enemy cannot be stunned, the traps are useless. But do they still do physical damage?
So the way it works is stun is a status effect. Damage is just damage. Think about it.
Well, here's what I mean. Like, if there is a trap there, right?
Yeah.
Usually, I think this is like a W scenario case. I know it's not exactly the same thing, but it's more on the same premise. When an enemy hits a landmine, if they cannot be stunned, but they still take the damage. That is still correct, right?
Yes.
Does the same thing also apply as here? Or are they just immune to the whole thing in general? They just walk over it?
No, they have to take damage because it's still damage. It might be reduced because of their high armor, because usually targets with stun resistance are very high armor.
Right.
But they have to take damage. That's not the question here.
Well, the reason why I wanted to know is because I wanted to make sure we get that question out there.
Yeah. No, the traps work just like any other stunning device, which if you have W, or if you had a pleasure of using W applies the stun first and then applies the damage, which is why her damage is simply fucking ridiculous. Quite frankly. And it's the same thing here. The stunner is applied first, and then she applies damage.
Alright, so here we have the talent welcome mats. Now, it will go higher as you E2 them or have them at potential or not. So, can use 4 welcome mats, can hold up to 6. The first enemy to step on each welcome mat will trigger it. And it goes higher if you have potential. So, I know anybody who's playing this, you and me especially, we will have a grand total of 8 welcome mats, can hold up to 10. And the first enemy to step on each one will welcome a mat. So, pretty much in a nutshell, if anybody here has ever played Overwatch, think of Junkrat, and when an enemy steps on the Junkrat shop, they are not really stunned, they are just hold in place and mobilized, and they're there for like a few seconds, and then they'll come back out, which means but they can literally move around left, right, up, down, yada yada yada, as in directionally go around in a circle, but they will they'll take the damage no matter what.
That is correct. One thing of note.
My follow, thank you for the follow, thank you.
One thing very important, which is you cannot put the traps under the on the tiles the enemies are already present on.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Can this also apply to high tiles? Well, you know what I mean, right? Like a high, like just the sniper tile, sniper ranger tiles. You know, can those traps also be placed there as well? Just to clarify, it's not only ground based only.
I think it's ground based only, because enemies have to step on tiles, and usually, at least I don't know of any enemy that can step on high tiles.
You know, I don't know if this is like a vision or anything like that, but I have a somewhat of a vision in my head that we're going to get an enemy later down the road that's able to walk on high tile and go back to ground tile.
Okay there, Arknights game designer.
Wait a minute.
Well, let's go back to skills, shall we?
Yeah. Before I forget,
yeah.
Does the max actually have an HP bar? Like, can enemies destroy it? Okay.
They're not targetable.
That's what I need to know. So they cannot be targeted. Can they be destroyed or deactivated?
You can remove them just like W bombs. But the only way you destroy them is if you either deploy more,
or unless the
unit steps.
Yeah. All right. Those are the questions I wanted to ask before. If anyone was wondering how this skill works. Yep. So skill 1, chop deployment. Passive, when triggered, deal 200% physical damage to the target and stun them for 1 second. Active effect, immediately gain 1 welcome mat. So this pretty much just triggers on and on and on.
Yeah.
And skill 7, gain another 80% on top of that, and the SP cost is 16, still stunning them for only 1 second. and as you're going to the M3, you get another 0.2 second for the stun, and it deals 300% damage. But you gotta think about this for a second here.
Yeah.
What type of person will want to stun the enemy in several times on a single spot? Okay, that's us. Let's be real here. And
I mean, there is one very particular unit that does it every 8 seconds. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sir, we're not going to talk about that unit because you know I like to use this unit.
I mean, it's not that I like to use this unit. It's just that W is the best limited unit in the game.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, it is.
Alright, so there is so let's move on for a second before I talk about one of my personal favorite stations I like to use Ifrit on, and I probably want to use Manticore, Ethan, then that specialist, just to see how this goes on, but we'll talk about that another day.
It's very funny.
Alright, so M2, you gain another 20% more physical damage, and at M3, it goes 350% physical damage to the target with a 1.5 seconds. Active effect immediately gain another welcome mat.
Yeah.
So, that's skill 1. Skill 2 is Downing Prey. So the SP cost is 22 seconds. The passive effect says, when triggered, deal 100% physical damage to the target and bind them for 1.5 seconds. If the enemy is within attack range, Frost immediately deals 120% damage 3 times to them. And the active effect immediately gain another one welcome mat. So no matter which skill you use, you will gain another welcome mat.
Oh, for sure.
However, depending on your elite level, you can only hold X amount. So if you are E2, you go to 10. If you are E1, you go to 8. And if you're at 0, you go to 6. Is that?
Yes.
So pretty much E2 this to get the maximum efficiency for this to work.
Yes.
Now the question that everybody in the room wants to know: do you M3 to skill 2 or M3 to skill 1?
Skill 2 all the way.
See what I mean? Now, I like to use Manticore. I like to use Ethan for binds. This right here just tells me I have another way to do CC. So I think I'm gonna have a very, very fun time with this. Between you and me.
This particular unit is amazing against anyone that ignores blocking.
Let me tell you how we should have had this unit in the last event. Just throwing that out there.
I agree. I agree with you. But we didn't, and we don't. Not to say wraiths will not be an omnipresent danger. Wraiths and also new enemies in the event. Which we will also get to. You think those people are frustrating? Well,
you're about to see
buckle your ass.
Alright, so the base skills, of course, Team Rainbow, of course, in the control center. And the E2 is a workshop skill. When assigned to the workshop, producing any kind of material, increase the rate by 50%. Additionally, the rate by byproduct is 5%. For every 1 intelligence reserve, and if there are 4 Ursus specially drink, further increase the rate of byproducts by another 15%.
Yes. So she's basically pretty good if you have at least Tachanka in your command center. But if you have Ash as well, she gets that much better. Um,
Let's move
Frost
on.
has.
Let's go ahead and move on to Blitz.
Yeah, we can.
Now this
We
is
can.
going to be the last this is going to be the last operator of Team Rainbow, and these are going to be the last 4 units. So,
Yeah.
Blitz is going to be the defender of Rainbow Six.
Yes. And also Liscom's boyfriend. Because it was made since the Arknights started.
Lord, Lord, Lord. Alright. Now, let's go on to the talents. Talent number 1 says shooter gunplay. Prioritize attacking stun enemies as the defender. When attacking stun enemies, increase attack to 130%. It goes to 160 at a E2. And it also with E2, when there is a high top aside or behind Blitz, gain a 25% physical block. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Now let's go on to the skills. We have 2 different skills. We have skill 1, which is the flash shield. All enemies ahead are stunned and have their special ability sealed for 2.5 seconds. Can only be used 4 times per deployment. Now, just saying, there are a lot of enemies that we've already fought through throughout the entirety of history of Arknights. And that's putting it lightly. We've gone through Frost, we've gone through Frost Nova, we've gone through some special weeb enemies and such, and along with the several different others. And there have been a number of times where I personally wish that maybe, just maybe, there was something else I could have done on different units. But we've already gone through and killed them all. But this right here is going to say, well, this might be a very special skill to use. So at skill 7, we're going to go from 2.5 to 3.5 seconds, which is a very long stun. And it goes to 4.5 seconds for skill 1. Skill 2, attack all block enemies once, deal 125% physical damage and stun them for 5 seconds. Self attack speed plus 200, and increase the effect of talent 1 to 1.2. And it says for talent 1, which is prioritize attacking stun enemies. When attacking stun enemies, increase attack to 130%. So pretty much, Blitz is going to gain a 130% plus to talent 1 to another 1.2 times. And at skill 7, this goes to 1.4. The self-attack speed is still 200. Stunning up for 6 seconds. And attacks all block enemies once, dealing 170%. Is this a lot of damage to you, Mika? Hold up. Mika? Oh, I guess something happened on this end. Hold on a second. Well, I guess I'll take over. So the damage here. So for here. 1 second. Let me turn down my boys' music. So for the, if anybody was wondering, what the damage is going to be like here. The damage is going to be attacks them all, stun them all. In all honesty, this is one of those skills where I think I might end up keeping it skill 7, both of them. But if I want more stun purposes, I think I might go skill 1 and M3 this for more stun, which is another whole second. But that's just me. The skill 2 to me is looking like I'm going to do more attack. I have to see it in action myself in order to give it a my full opinion on this. But it looks like to me like this is going to be like another case of, well, what do you want this to do? And the initial SP you get is 15, and the SP cost is 40. This goes from 20 to 35, so it comes up sooner. And the duration is also another second longer. So this one is going to be the office unit. When assigned to the control center, obviously that's going to be universal. When assigned to the HR office, HR contacting speed plus 20. Additionally, further increase HR contacting speed by 5% for every 1 point intelligence reserve, and plus 5% for every 1 Ursa specialty drink. So pretty much getting them all helps you out. Again, shout outs to my boy Novio for the music as always. Love his music. Now, overall thoughts on the banner for Rainbow Six operators. How do I say this? I believe this is a cool banner. I like this banner. This banner is going to be, you're going to get probably the best operator here, which is going to be Tachanka. And then all you really have to do is get Frost and Blitz. And a lot of people are going to tell you to go get Ash. Ash makes your life a lot easier. I'm going to try to go after Ash. Now, am I going to do a good job? Probably not. I probably don't even have not the primos, but the original primes to go and try to get all these units. But like I said, only go with what you can afford, because I got drained pretty hard with this banner. I think I'm about to run another. I think I'm at 10K. Yeah, 10K worth of original, and I think I have enough for probably about maybe 5, maybe 4, 5, maybe 6 temples, which isn't a lot, but who knows? Maybe I get lucky. Now, that is the characters on the banner. So if anybody is wondering, yeah, this is Tachanka's going to be the guy. Blitz and Frost, you're more likely going to get them through the banner. And Ash is probably going to be another unit that you're going to get. So good luck to everybody here that's going to get this. Now, moving on to the rest of the banner. Now, the question that everybody wants to ask themselves is, this is the event summary. Now, of course, now the first time clear awards, which is everybody's gonna be a first time, you're gonna get a lot of you're gonna get 28 original primes with 700 of currency with furniture pieces, of course. You get to farm grindstones and manganese ore, and the grindstones to me are gonna be the must-have, because you can never get enough to help them do the M3 justice. You're gonna get a lot of shop total mats up there in the shop, so I would try to get everything as you can get your hands on. And the stages themselves, far as the 8 of the regular with the 18 of your not the 18, but the 8 from your regular with the another 8 from the EX are going to be the must-have. Ooh, that's going to be a very, very interesting event for the stages. Now, of course, I'm not going to go through each and every stage because that will take way too long. I want to try to hit the main points. Now, scrolling through, we hit the event store. The event is going to last all the way to September the 1st. And of course, the unlock condition is going to be you have to clear 1-10. And then you can do the rest.
I apologize. I skipped the Blitz.
No problem. There was one thing. Oh, here we go. Now, this is of course the limited banner. So you are guaranteed a free 10 bomb with the event. Of course, this is gonna be your free 10 bomb like they do on most, well, actually all limited banners actually.
Yep.
I believe you're supposed to get another 10 on top of this, not in far as single tickets go throughout the event.
Yeah, from what I read as well, you get another 10 bomb when you do a login event, which is 7 days.
Right. All right.
It's basically made for Rainbow Six players that are interested in this thing and are like, oh yeah, let's just try and play.
Yeah. So we got the conditions here from the sign-in event. Here you get some potions. Here you get some furniture pieces. You even get a chip catalyst on day 7, along with another. What is that? Another 10 bomb down there? I see. Or is that another pool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's a 10.
Oh, so we're getting 2 10 bombs.
Yes, from what I understand.
Yeah. So
you
we get
2 10 bombs.
So 2 10 bombs with a chip catalyst. This is very generous.
Definitely. Pretty good thing. You also get a scope for some reason, which now you have a scope. Fucking ladies.
Scrolling down. Now we're gonna go into the skins. So. Oh God! Do I want to talk about Lord the Chunky here?
I want to talk about the fact that they gave him the best skin in Rainbow Six, which is the Lord.
All right, so we're getting 4 skins. We're getting 1 for Ash, 1 for Tachanka,
Yes.
1 for Schwartz, and 1 for Liscon.
Yes.
Now, personally speaking,
Lord is the best one. He had red eyes in the anime.
I am not gonna say no. Don't get this. If you are a free to play player, watch where you spend your original primes. But
the skins.
But for everybody else in this room,
get the Chanka skin. You're gonna get his.
Oh my God!
You're gonna have red eyes when he shoots the drone, which is my Mo.
You know what? I usually don't promote skins, but this is one of those, so I kind of want to promote. All right, what's the others? Let's look at Ash. Oh no, that looks nice.
Yeah, Ash is adorable in her in that she's pretending to be part of the crowd. Has like her her carriers, her tail, which we don't ask how it's fixed to her.
Okay, moving on to Schwartz here. Her skin is
hot.
Oh my.
Her skin is hot.
Oh my.
So
let me get off this before I start saying some words.
Back when I started playing Arknights, that was Helga banner last couple of days, and then it was Schwartz banner. And I was like, So I wish Schwartz was dressed up because I like my candy wrapped, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that's gracious.
So let's not. And then the Christmas skin came out, and it was very cute. I love it. And then they basically gave Schwartz clothes with this event, and
You're not disappointed.
no, are you?
No, I am not. Oh, that is a sick looking shield.
Yes, Liscom is one of those great skins as well. She looks amazing. She has Jacob's ladder on her horns, which is quite adorable.
So between you and me, I can't afford each of these skins, and this is probably the very first event that I've ever played that I actually want each of these.
Yes, it's pretty good.
So just between you and me, my very first two skins I'm gonna get is gonna be Lord and Schwartz. just between us.
I mean, Lord Schwartz and Liscom are getting a skin. Depends on if I get Ash. I hope I do. I also get skin for her because despite my innate hatred for cats, it is a very funny skin. I appreciate the humor. That she's like, oh, I'm one of you. Don't worry about it. I'm just I'm just a weird cat. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Jesus.
It's great. It's lovely.
All right. Right. So here we have the new packs. Now, of course, if you are a free-to-play player, you can skip this part. For the budgeted players in the whales, for 99 cents, you get 50k of LMD, 50 tactical battle records, 4 guard chests, 4 random, and 3 sugar, which is a lot for $1.
It's a lot for $1. I agree.
For $6.99, you get 13 Moonshot Primes, a headhunting ticket, 100k LMD, the 4 defender chits, and some specialists and a few other goodies in here, which is pretty respectable for $7.
It is.
Now for $30, we get 2 10 bombs, 24 Originate Primes, 30 tactical battle records, 60k random, 5 sniper chips, 11 Oni rock cubes, 5 Orion rocks, and 1,000 furniture parts. The thing you take away from this is the for $30 you get 2 10 bombs with this. That is a fucking steal.
So, for you to kind of compare this to other things,
I see why you like this.
for $25, you get a 10 bomb, a monthly 10 bomb. That's what you get for $25, and you also get 42 Originate Prime, and you get half the Originate Prime basically, but you get 2 10 bombs on top of all the resources, which is if you're rolling, I would buy every pack. I'm not shitting.
I usually don't like to enforce whaling here, but between you and me, this is if I had to pick which one of these, I want to get this 30 bomb one. Between you and me, get I have 10k or Arundel right now, 10k, and I know that's not a lot, but think about the last event we were just on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I really want to spend 30 and get these 2 10 bombs and call it a day because that is a lot for $30. That is a lot for $30. Now, of course, for anybody here, if anybody wishes to, want me to whale in the game or anything like that, I have. You can always just go to my Twitch.tv and go to my donation page and go from there. If you guys wish for me to have something like this, personally, I'm going to see where I go on this. Because I know my luck, and I know anybody else's luck. Knowing my luck, I'm more than likely just going to walk away with 2 5 stars.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Um,
I'm looking at the realistic view here.
have you said the thing about the banner where if you get 1 5 star on the banner, you are more
No, I
likely?
have not. I almost forgot to mention that.
So
So
the way
yeah,
rarity works and the pulling works, if you get, let's say, Frost pulled on the banner, you have a higher chance to be for like Blitz to be your other 5 star, which again, just like the packs, just like most of this event, is made for new players and is directed at Rainbow Six because you're like, oh, this is a free to play game. I pay $30. I get 2 free 10 pulls. I also get 2 free 10 pulls, 2 10 pulls, and then I get 2 free 10 pulls. So it's total of 40. And then you're like, okay, 40 10 pulls, that's a lot. Maybe they get like a couple of randoms here or there, exchange them, get up to pity, and get their ash. And I'm gonna go, that is quite a possible strategy.
well, that strategy things kind of sound to me. All right.
Yep.
Scrolling down, we have a new furniture set. Also available all the way throughout the duration of this event. It costs 2K furniture parts, 2,045 to be exact, but about 2,000 furniture parts, so easy to get.
Yep.
This looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Another day chilling at the office.
I mean, yeah, it's full of Rainbow Six references, which again, it speaks to the player base. It's a good event for if you're a Rainbow Six player or like me.
There is also a new Lucky Drop furniture thing going on. We'll start at the update time. Of course, this can happen at any point in time, so whoever gets this, good luck.
Yeah. And it will go on sale as well.
Yes. Alright, now this is another important one. If you wish to reset, keep this in mind. If you wish to reset your ID, you can. They give you a free one on the update. And the mail will expire on the 1st, so you can do this at any point in time.
Yep. The email expires, but the ticket, from what we understand, does not. So it's good.
Yeah, so make sure you pick it up before October the 1st. Before October the 1st at 3:59 UTC 7.
Yep.
What else do we got now?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Now.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord. So so I'm pretty sure that everybody who played this game for a while know about the Kyobi's Fungus. This right here is going to be another variation of that, but in this case, it is called Defense Protocols. This will last from the event from August 18th to September the 1st. Now, this condition requires you to be main story 2-10, and if I'm not mistaken, 2-10. I forgot who's there for 2-10.
W.
Yeah. So you have to be W in order to get this to go through. Well, this map is going. This is going to be a very interesting one. Now, as far as my knowledge goes, this doesn't take sanity.
No, it does not.
So,
but it takes.
Yeah, it takes a lot of fucking skills.
It takes balls. What it does, because you're fighting internet connection.
Yeah. So basically, here's what's happening in this event. In this event, we are going to have a event where you are going to create a simulation of a map of three different maps, and in these three different maps, I believe you get to customize it to your liking. And this one is the kicker. It is a peer-to-peer connection. So
it is. You haven't said that it's a co-op mode.
it is.
So you have to have friends, and if you don't have friends, well, sorry for you, first of all, and second of all, the game will find friends for you. Which obsolete? Are you ready to have friends in your game?
I am very welcome to have more friends.
Great. I think on the weekend we may try and do the defense protocol.
I am down. So
Good.
let's start with the event. Let's go ahead and talk about the event missions. But first, for anyone that actually care, these are the medals. If they are metal enthusiasts here, of course that's myself. Here are the event missions. Now, in the event missions, you are going to gain a lot of materials that are very respectable that a lot of people would like to have. Now, in each of these missions, they'll require you to do several different things. They require you to annihilate 50 mobile power sources. And some of these require you to do several different tests, like complete it in the normal state, complete it in a high pressure state, complete the game 3 times in high pressure state. Variety of things, right? And of course, in each map is going to give you rewards. It depends on how many times you complete it, like killing drones, beating golems, stuff like that, right? And it's gonna vary depending on the maps. So there are 3 different ones. The third area is going to be called Abandoned Industrial Plant. The second one is called the Ancient Abandoned City High Tower, which is, I believe, is going to be the sniper / golem map. And God, that's going to be annoying. And the first one's going to be the Abandoned Field on Ruin.
Yep.
So, again, this is going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's see. We talked about the operators. We talked about the skins. We talked about the packs. We talked about the IDs. We talked about the maps. Should we show them the maps?
I think we forgot the enemies first.
Ooh, right.
So, the whole event is going to have 2, from what I can see, 2 types of enemies, which are the mutated. Which, if you played Rainbow Six and remember Operation Chimera, that's a similar thing. And the gimmick is that whenever you kill a unit, so let's say a mutated puppet, which is your normal dude, or mutated boulder spider, which is a turret on legs, they spawn mutated parasites on death. And mutated puppet spawns 2, and mutated boulder spider spawns 4. So when you play, you need to make sure that you have someone with 2 block at least standing behind your tank. And then there is the red mark infiltrator, which are the guys that cannot be blocked, spawn phantoms that also cannot be blocked, and until you kill the phantom, you cannot damage the red mark infiltrator. So it's like the last event, except more annoying. Because at least those guys, those fucking fishes, could be blocked. These ones cannot. And also, they will get physical and arts dodge in Sandstorm. And Sandstorm is the event mechanic, map mechanic. Your
units, as in your operators, get damaged and have decreased attack in a sandstorm, and enemies are slowed down in the sandstorm. There will be rock structures that you will have to make to Gavil the Chief returns. You summon a guy, he beats on the stone, creates a stone structure, and that stone structure protects you from the effects of the sandstorm, kind of like that. And that is kind of the whole map thing. So stuns are immensely effective. Binds are even more effective. High DPS, fast damaging units are very effective. So basically, the entire Rainbow Six roster is very effective on these maps.
Not saying that the units that you already have is going to be not usable, but some are going to be better than others.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
God, this is 1 second. I'll be right back.
Sure.
We were going to the grocery store. Come on.
Hold on 1 second. Alright. My bad, I didn't mean to take up too long.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, so
I think that is it. I think that.
So there is one little thing I almost forgot to mention in this whole review. I hope for everybody's sake that is looking at this review that that your internet connection is not terrible. Just saying, because
Yeah,
because you're gonna find new friends, you're gonna meet new people that's gonna do something with them, and they have a whole different types of stress they want to do. Like I said before, Tuesday and Wednesday, depending on the storm, might be a very, very hard / iffy time for me, because storms coming in and such like that, and hurricane is coming through my area. Like right now, I'm trying to take as much time as I can get. So you sure there's nothing else you wish to add to this review? Anything at all?
Save up some sanity potions. Because the event store is gonna need some grinding, and you gotta be grateful for that.
Also, there is one more thing I forgot to mention. If you are a free to play player and if you're trying to go after skins, I usually don't. You don't necessarily have to go after skins. Okay, it's
Yeah.
not. It makes the game look cooler, but it's not necessary. So don't take
Like-
take what I say with a grain of salt when it comes to skins and such, because I know how a lot of free to play players struggle to even get by. Sometimes even budget players like myself to even get by. But this is like the very first banner where I want to get every skin because these look good. And if my community wishes to provide me money to live for me to get skins, I will say yes to that. And truth be told, if I had to pick my skins that I probably want to get first, it's gonna be Tachanka and Schwartz. Because at least I'm gonna have those two units. Ash is gonna be up in the air, which is why I'm not putting her as a priority. And Blitz, I know for sure, I'm probably gonna get him, but he's not gonna be a character that has a skin. But Liskarm is, so I have Liskarm at E2 already, level 50, 40-ish, with her first skill in 3.
The way you think of it is this: this banner is limited. It's not coming back probably ever. So instead of buying skins and you having 36 around them, you might as well just have another 10 roll with hopes to get like Ash or something. So just don't bother with skins unless you know what you're doing, or you're a madman like I am.
Yeah. I don't think this madman is going to help you get skins, though.
No.
Nah.
But then again, I already have around 50 rolls, so...
You're going to get two more 10 bombs on top of this, so you have a...
That is, yeah.
In my case, I have a lower chance than you do, so...
That is fair, yes. I'm contemplating if I should save up for Mastima, because I have 120 tickets, and it's probably going to take me quite a bit of rolls to get Ash. But, and I have a feeling I will get to 180. But I can buy 210 bombs on top of what I already have, so.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
Alright, I believe that's it for today's, review on the Rainbow Six banner for anyone that wishes to go through this event. Like I said before, and as I say again, the banner's fun. The event is going to be great.
It is
it's going to last all the way to October the 1st. So if anybody, and I mean anyone, is planning on doing this event or having fun with this event, just have fun with it. Try to get the units, at least the limited ones, before you go after skins.
Yep.
With that being said, Mika, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in to help me through the entirety of the banner. That wasn't a long stream, an hour and 20 minutes. We knew it was going to be that long. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and dip out. Alright, so I'm going to take my shower and call it a day. Probably play some Call of Duty Warzone on Twitch. Probably a little bit later on today. Well, it might be in the next couple of minutes, who knows. Mika, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later.
I'll see you around, then.
Yep. Peace.
Have a good one.
Alright, so for everybody else that's here in the stream, again, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. All the subscribers, all the followers, anyone who's interested in this review. I know this is about an hour long, but again, take it with a grain of salt of what is coming. So shout out to my boy Novia again for the music, and this is